What up, what up? I'm back at it with another video. So before I get started, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 ways to reignite your passion for reading in a pandemic. So reading has been so difficult for me these last couple of months, and prior to this I was an avid reader, and just thinking about the last couple of months, I feel like I haven't been myself, and a huge part of that is me not sticking to my routine of reading because I just feel like my mind has just been so chaotic. So I wanted to make this video to give people some tips, and by people I mean myself, of how to rekindle my love affair with books. So first of all, I think a really great one is scheduling the time to read. So even if you only set aside 10 or 30 minutes per day, whether that's in the morning right after breakfast or right after you wake up or at night right before you go to bed, scheduling that time in your day, allocating that time for reading is something that is so important for adults because a lot of us are schedule driven, and if we don't have a schedule, then we kind of default to either social media or checking emails, or scheduling time to read is a good first step. I would say the next one is giving yourself permission to read for enjoyment. And this is something that, like, as you get older, you start reading more and more nonfiction books, maybe about politics or about history or about some important cause. And while that is great, when you're rekindling your love affair with books, if you feel like you have to read to do work versus read to enjoy yourself and unwind, you know, those are two. One is more favorable, right? And during this time, it feels like everything is so important and we can't turn off, we can't do anything for our own enjoyment. But giving yourself that permission to be like, you know what, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my enjoyment and my pleasure and my fun today. You can't go wrong. And I would say if you're getting back into reading, then you might want to start with a book that you loved from when you were a kid. Or if you don't have a particular book, I would say even a particular genre. So if you grew up reading sci-fi, if you grew up reading biographies of famous people or some of your heroes, now is a good time to return to that, to get yourself back into why you loved books in the first place. It's not about reading all the books there are out there or reading new books every time you return to reading. It's about a love for words and storytelling and other perspectives. So returning to some of your first favorite books is a really great way to rekindle your love affair with reading. I would say another way is realizing that reading books is a way of centering yourself through really, really tough times and calming and quieting your mind. It helps to calm and quiet your mind and for you to be a bit more reflective and go inward a bit. And for me, it has been really tough to do that because my mind has just been so chaotic, and like I said, I don't feel like myself. But practicing this and developing like this routine of like reading either daily or weekly or something like that, it's a way of quieting my mind. It's a way of centering and slowing things down, just being with myself and being with this story and with these words. And that is so important right now. It is something that is so good for you. You got to do things that are good for you. And for the last and final way, I would say to join a non-committal book club that's reading a particular book that you've either always wanted to read or that you've already read before, because this is a way to have like a community who holds you accountable to a certain degree. Maybe every week y'all are supposed to discuss certain chapters or certain passages, and having a group that's reading it with you and sharing these ideas and talking about these things. And that's a part of reading that is just so attractive. It's the ideas, it's getting to share them with other people, it's seeing what stood out to other people and getting to express what stood out to you. I think that is such a great way to meet people and to connect during this time, which is something that is so important for all of us, to feel connected to other people in a safe way. And so there are virtual book clubs still happening right now. You can get in on one. You just gotta hit the Google button. So yeah, that is the video. If you made it this far, leave me some hearts down in the comment section below. And if you would like to help me out in any way, my CashApp and my Venmo information is right down below. And also, I have a wish list, and you can help me out by getting me something from my wish list. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.